Hey, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom, so hopeful elect, double honor star, elders and apostles, great millstone. Real quick, nobody calls this P file, you know? Nobody refers to this as P file. And this was common outside of all other nations, you know, outside of this one in the East, outside of the West. Because one thing they'll try to slander us and say that we're given the go ahead to sleep with little girls and act like we go out there and we try to get little girls, which is fucking asinine and crazy. Because if somebody in Great Millstone does that, they would get kicked out of the camp so fast before they even came into the camp. All right. Now this is on Chat GPD. I did this on the weekend at camp. I won't bring it out again, for edification purposes. Who ruled Scotland in 1545? It says in 1545, Scotland was ruled by James Hamilton, Earl of Arran, who served as a regent for the infant Mary, Queen of Scots. Mary had become queen in 1542 after the death of her father, James V, but since she was only a baby, the country was governed by regents. Aaron held the position until 1554 when Mary's mother, Mary of Guise, took over as regent. Now, there was a marriage that was forced. It was trying to be forced during this time. I want to get this point here. It says, was King Henry VIII allowed to marry his son to a baby? King Henry VIII attempted to arrange a marriage between his son, Edward VI, and the infant Mary, Queen of Scots. Through the Treaty of Greenwich, 1543, the treaty proposed that Mary, who was only a few months old at the time, would be betrothed to Edward, who was about 6 years old. The plan was for Mary to be raised in England and eventually marry Edward when she was old enough. See, that's the point. When women are betrothed, all right, and she's of the flower of her age, nobody is popping these women. In the ancient time, first of all, women were looked different and their stature was different. And you had the woman gain experience probably before you tried to do that. She wouldn't have no experience in taking care of the house, you know, and taking care of kids and maybe even the family business. So it would make no sense for someone who's an adolescent that might have passed the flower of her age to start to get it popping in these times. You know what I'm saying? Or back then. It would make no sense. It would make absolutely no sense. That's why you guys, when you come to this argument, you refuse to deal with Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, because nobody's doing that right now, and that's not how women got back then. Sometimes it was just arranged, all right? But if you had a man who was burning and did some wild stuff like that, all right, there had to be something in place for it. There had to be some type of dowry, because you got to understand, the daughters are possession of the fathers, all right? But she played a vital role in the household. She was an asset to the house. So if you damaged those goods, so to say, you had to pay for that, and you had to take care of her for the rest of your life. You guys are acting like the woman didn't get taken care of, all right, and wasn't satisfied. But this is an example right here of back then where marriages were arranged from a very early age, all right? Let me keep going. It says, however, the Scottish government, led by Regent James Hamilton, Earl of Arran, ultimately rejected the treaty under pressure from the Catholic nobles in France. This led to a rough wooing, a period of military conflict in which Henry VIII tried to force the marriage through invasions and raids in Scotland. You see it all the time, like in the show Game of Thrones. All right, it shows you how, like that, the dragon, the lady from the dragons or whatever, she was riding and controlling the dragon. She was very young when she got married, right? She was very young. While child betrothals were common among royal families for political alliances, the actual marriage would not have taken place until Mary was older. So while Henry VIII could propose the match, he was not legally or practically allowed to marry his son to a baby at that time, which was okay. All right, a 6-year-old is not going to be out there sleeping with an infant. Neither is a grown man, even a teenager. Israelites would stop. We would stop it as a people. We would stop that shit. We wouldn't allow it. All right, but like it said, it was for political purposes. All right, it was for political purposes. Now there's a reversal of it in the scriptures, but nobody talks about this. Nobody brings this out when it comes to the P files. All right. Genesis 38 and 8, it says, And Judah said to Onan, Go into thy brother's wife and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass when he went in unto his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground. Yeah, he pulled out. You know, he went and had the pleasure and did what he had to do, but he pulled out. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord Yahweh, wherefore he slew him also, so he killed him for that. Right? Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, Remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, Lest peradventure he die also as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. So Tamar, being a grown woman, ready to take seed and bear children, Judah said, Wait until my baby son is grown. So a marriage was arranged from when he was very, very young. He wasn't even able to produce seed yet. But nobody says that Tamar was a pedophile, you know, in the taking. You know what I'm saying? But that was set up by Judah. And again, that's a custom. That was a custom of our people. It's going to happen in the kingdom. There will be arranged marriages and complete righteousness, and we'll be rejoicing. We'll be happy. But you know what? A lot of our people, they've been westernized. They don't understand the mindset of the scriptures. All right, because they've been effeminized and they sensationalize the scriptures. And a lot of people, they come against us because of this, not even a doctrine. They come against this law because they don't want to lose their congregations. They don't want to deal with the actual truth. So I wanted to bring that out, man. This is nothing new. You know, nobody's out here graping women. All right, we are not pedophiles. All right, we just bring out the truth of the matter, what really happens outside of America in the ancient times and in these times. Shit, in India, they still got arranged marriages of older men and very young women. All right, I know my grandparents, they like 20 years apart. All right, before my grand passed, they weren't close in age. All right, it's only now in these times where everybody's basically on that most spirit has been effeminized. All right, but nobody says Tamar was a pedophile and Judah for setting it up. Hey, all praise to you, how about Shemal Shah. Praise and know that you were edified and that you can use this as ammo when someone comes against the truth. You can use this as an example. Shalom, so hopeful elect. Double honor to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And again, call Halayim La, Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Shalom.